Good afternoon. Greetings to all of our guests. I'm Sandra DeLauder, Interim Vice President for Academic Affairs and Dean of the School of Graduate Studies and Research. The Delaware State University Commencement is a distinguished and dignified ceremony. To ensure that its occasion is enjoyed by all, we ask that you honor this historic institution and its graduates. Please remain seated during the entire ceremony, unless otherwise directed to stand. Guests are not allowed to approach the stage or to stand in the aisles of the stadium. Please be sure to turn off your cell phones to vibrate or off. If you need water or assistance, please signal an usher. We thank you in advance for your cooperation. At this time, it gives me great pleasure to announce our distinguished platform party, starting with Dr. Mabel Morrison, who bears the academic mace. Dr. Morrison is an associate professor of music and also served the most years of service. September 1st of this year will mark her 55th year of service at Delaware State University. She has been recognized for being a 50-year member of the oldest professional music teaching association in the country. She is followed by Ms. Jasmine Jenkins, President of the Student Government Association. Mr. Kendall Harris, President of the Graduate Student Association. Reverend Elmer N. Davis, Pastor, Watcoat United Methodist Church. Ms. Sheila Davis, President of the DSU Alumni Association. Mr. and soon-to-be Dr. Terrell Holmes, Register and Interim Associate Vice President of Enrollment Management. Dr. Lisa Dunning, Associate Vice President for Academic Enrichment. Dr. Alexa Silva, Chairperson of the Faculty Senate. Next are our deans and associate provosts. Dr. Dalrymple Marsh, Dr. Francine Edwards, Interim Dean, the College of Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences. Dr. Dalrymple Marsh, Dean of the College of Agriculture and Related Sciences. Ms. Donna Covington, Dean of the College of Business. Dr. Bradley Skelcher, Associate Provost and Co-Chair of the Commencement Committee. Next is our Administrative Council. Beginning with Mr. Skip Perkins, Associate Vice President and Athletics Director. Mr. David Shepard, Esquire, General Counsel for Delaware State University. Ms. Irene Hawkins, Vice President for Human Resources. Dr. Vita Pickram, Vice President for Institutional Advancement. Dr. Stacy Downing, Vice President for Student Affairs. Dr. Teresa Hardy, Senior Vice President and Chief Operating Officer. Next is the distinguished President of Delaware State University, Dr. Harry L. Williams. Following our President, we have members of the Board of Trustees. Mr. John Allen, Dr. Debbie Harrington, Ms. Kathy McGinnis, Dr. Wilma Mashu, daughter of the late Dr. Luna Mashu, who was the president of Delaware State University for 27 years. Mr. John Ridgway, and the chairman of the board and alum of DSU, Mr. David Turner. Next, we have our keynote speaker, Mr. Eugene Young. Next, would you join me in welcoming the 50-year class, the Delaware State College of 1967. They are led by Dr. Marcia Taylor, the Executive Director of Alumni Relations. Ladies and gentlemen, Ladies and gentlemen, we now recognize the driving force of this institution. They are our educators, researchers, authors, mentors, and more. The distinguished faculty of Delaware State University. The faculty marshal is Dr. Jan Christopher. And now the moment that most of you have been waiting for, our undergraduate students, the candidates for bachelor's degree. The faculty marshal is Dr. Richard Barczewski. We begin with the College of Agriculture and Related Sciences, led by its honor students. Followed by the College of Business, led by its honor students. That concludes our May commencement processional. Thank you to the DSU Band under the direction of Dr. Harvey Bullock, Director of University Bands. Please stand for the national anthem. The DSU Choir is under the direction of Dr. Lloyd Mallory. Please welcome Reverend Elmer Davis for the invocation.
Let us pray. Empowering God of grace and mercy, we invite your presence in this place today. Family, faculty, and administrators, community, and friends have come together to celebrate the accomplishments of this year's graduating class. We ask for a blessing to fall upon those with ears to hear, minds to understand. Bless our speakers' words and thoughts, and give continuous encouragement to Delaware State University to press on in their mission of education. The Holy Scripture tells us, happy is the person who finds wisdom and gets understanding. Loving God, make us living stones for a strong foundation through the invitation of your Son, the Christ, the great Redeemer, the Master Teacher, the one who's able, who's a burden bearer, the one who's a counselor, the one who's a deliverer, the one who will make a way out of no way. We ask, oh God, that you meet us in this place. Hear our prayer. In Jesus' name we pray. Let the redeemed of the Lord say amen.
Thank you, Reverend Davis. It is a pleasure to welcome the president of this great university, Dr. Harry L. Williams.
Thank you. You may be seated. Thank you, Dr. DeLauder. And welcome, class of 2017. Congratulations. Thank you to our distinguished platform party. Thank you to the great faculty. Let's give a round of applause for our faculty members who are here today supporting our students. Thank you to the staff, alumni, and many friends in support of Delaware State University. It is indeed an honor to be here to preside over this distinguished program and to watch our students walk across this stage and get their degree that they have earned to do today. We are so honored to have so many distinguished people here with us, but I would like to take a moment and to recognize the members of our military and the graduating class with the red, white, and blue cords. Will they please stand so we can say thank you for your service for this great country? Students, I know you are ready. I know you are ready because our faculty members have prepared you, and they've prepared you well. We know that sometimes when you were here on campus, it may have appeared that there was no light at the end of the tunnel. But I can promise you there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and I can see it, and it's clear. And I see you guys going through it and shining bright. But throughout your journey, we want you to do something. We want you to look back on your time here at Delaware State University, and we want you to remember those fond moments of happiness. We don't want you to focus on that time when you was worried about whether or not you were going to get a 69 or a 75 in your class to pass. Don't want you to worry about that, because guess what? You did pass because you're here today, and that proves that. We also want you to come back. We want you to come back often. Today we're going to recognize and honor the class of 1967. They are here with us, 50 years of being out of this great institution. The class of 57, would you all please stand and be recognized for your achievement? I want you to see they come back, and they come back often. We also want you, because you're going to be extremely successful in your journey, to give back. Give back to your university, give back time, and give back some of the resources that I know you will earn in your journey. Because this university is here for you, and we will always be here for you. Again, thank you, class of 67. You may be seated, and let's give them another round of applause. I am now honored to be able to introduce the chairman of our Board of Trustees, Mr. David Turner, who will come and bring remarks. Mr. Turner.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Dr. Williams, and congratulations to all. What a beautiful day we have on our hands. I know it's raining, but it is a beautiful day. It's a pleasure to stand before you. I cannot help but to reflect on the memories of sitting where you are right now as a graduating student. And I remember my mother sitting up there in the stands, and I think of the message from mother to son that was captured in a poem written by Langston Hughes, which said, "Well, son, I tell you, life for me ain't been no crystal stair. It had tacks in it, and splinters, and boards torn up, and places with no carpet on the floor, bare." I'm willing to bet that there are many mothers in the stands today who would agree with that message. If so, would you please stand so that we may congratulate you on bringing the graduates this far? Happy Mother's Day to all of you. Mothers are something, and a praying grandmother is something else. As chairman of the Board of Trustees, I'm not here to encourage you because I believe that you're already encouraged. Your confidence comes from preparation, the reading, the research, the studying, the papers, the presentations, the internships, the interviews, and the encouragement from your family and friends that are here with you today. You can find additional confidence from everyone on the platform today. We stand behind you as you prepare to go into the world representing Delaware State University. It is also an honor being the chairman of the university as we enter the university's 125th anniversary. It is a story that I hope to tell my grandchildren one day. It may be hard for them and for you to imagine on June 5th of 1891, the first president of the Board of Trustees, Chief Justice Charles B. Lohr, was elected. Please allow me to share his story with you. Charles Lohr was born not far away in Odessa, Delaware. He attended the public schools and Middletown Academy in Middletown, Delaware. He graduated from Dixon College in Carlisle, Pennsylvania, June of 1852. Then he studied law and was admitted to the Delaware Bar in 1891. Lohr was an American lawyer and politician from Wilmington. He was a member of the Democratic Party, who served as an Attorney General of Delaware and as a U.S. representative from Delaware. He was appointed Chief Justice of Delaware Supreme Court in 1893, and he retired in 1909. The Charles B. Lohr Elementary School at Wilmington was added to the National Register of Historic Places in 1983. To the graduating class, I wonder who will tell your story someday. Don't be afraid to make your mark on the world. Create your own destiny and your own history. I leave you with another excerpt from the Langston Hughes poem. So don't you turn back. Don't you sit down on the steps, because you finds it kind of hard. Don't you fall now, for I see still going, honey. For I see still climbing, and life for me ain't been no crystal stair. So to the graduates of Delaware State University, don't you sit down. Don't you turn back. We believe in you. We expect greatness. We believe that you have it. If you believe that you have it, would you please stand and give yourself a big holler? Congratulations, student class of 2017, and thank you.
Let's give our chairman, Mr. Turner, a nice round of applause for those remarks. As you all know, we were scheduled to be outside, and our commencement speaker was the Congresswoman Lisa Blunt. The speaker we have today is not Lisa Blunt, but he is an incredible speaker that we've asked to come to deliver an outstanding commencement address this morning. And it's my honor to be able to introduce the commencement speaker, Mr. Eugene Young, who is from Delaware, born and raised in Wilmington, Delaware. He currently serves as the advocacy director of the Delaware Center for Justice, where he collaborates with the state lawmakers and agencies to reform our criminal justice system. Mr. Young graduated from the University of Baltimore County and has a dual major in information systems and sociology. With his background of working with the nonprofit community, city, state, and federal government, Eugene has become a leader in this community. Eugene co-founded Delaware Elite, a youth leadership development program that provides inner-city youth access to college. As a result, he has received global recognition and training from the Bill Clinton Global Initiative University and the World Economic Forum Global Shapers Program. Eugene ran for mayor of his hometown of Wilmington, Delaware in 2016, finishing second in a crowded field. He lost by 234 votes. He currently chairs the Network of Delaware, a nonprofit organization developed and set up to help empower the community. He also used this to do research and develop leadership skills for people in the community. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the podium Mr. Eugene Young. our commencement speaker.
Well, first and foremost, this podium isn't meant for tall guys, number one. Class of 2017, how are you today? I am so honored, thankful to be here before you. I owe so much to DSU. I think about this esteemed institution a lot, and I'll get into that a little later. But oftentimes when I think about Delaware State, a quote comes up to me by Dr. West, and he says, "You can't lead without loving, you can't save without serving. So what's the depths of your love, and what's the quality of your service?" This is what makes Delaware State what it is. It's that exceptional service and that family-style love that's here. And that starts first with our president, thank you again, Dr. Williams, our board of trustees, especially in particular Chairman Turner, faculty. I have a close understanding of how strenuous it can be for faculty. My wife is actually a college professor, and oh yeah, I married up. The wise men do, right? So I know how important it is for them, for their students to succeed. So thank you so much, faculty. Also for the staff, the engine of DSU, the people who make this organization, institution run. The coaches, the secretaries, the cleaning staff that clean the bathrooms day in and day out. The groundskeepers that did the grounds outside, which is more of like a swamp right now. The campus officers, the people at the CAF that serve you every day for the last 4 years. We thank those people as well. And lastly, and most important, no offense to my graduating students here, but I want to thank the moms, the dads, the aunties, the uncles, the cousins, the brothers, the sisters, everyone who has poured into you and brought you to this moment that you're at right now. The people that gave you time, energy, money, resources. Did I say money? Money, resources. Sent you that money when you needed it. Sent you the care packages when you needed that too. Give a round of applause, graduating class, for them. As I said earlier, DSU means a lot to me. It is very up close and personal. My father is an Air Force man from Chester, Pennsylvania. My mother is a DSU grad, class of 1971. And normally at this time in any speech, I would take personal privilege to shout my mother out. But to be quite honest, she ain't here, y'all. It is funny because most of the time I have to push her away from coming to my events or anywhere I'm speaking. And that could be a place where it's 5 people and 3 of them are related to me. She wants to be there. But today is actually her birthday. So my mother and my father are out in Atlantic City right now. And it's funny, so I went to my mother. I said, "Mom, are you sure you don't want to come down to DSU? You are alum of DSU." And she said, "Baby, tell them I said congratulations." I said, "Mom, come on, you come to all my other events." She said, "Let me ask you a question. Is Frankie Beverly and Mays going to be there?" I said, "I don't think so." She said, "Is Gladys going to be there?" I didn't see her on the agenda. Then she asked me, "Well, is Kim going to be there?" And I said, "No." She said, "Yeah, because they're all in Atlantic City, and that's where I'm going for my birthday." So I come bringing you greetings from the rest of the young family. When I think about my mother's time here at Del State, and when I speak to my mother about her time here, she often talks about 2 in particular issues that formed who she is and what she did upon graduating. The first is being a resident of Delaware, born and raised in Wilmington, majority of her time over in Southbridge. She would oftentimes talk about the fact of how education was so important at that time. When she was coming through Del State, education was so very important there was DSEG issues, there's still issues going on right now with education. It was at the paramount, it was at the forefront of everything going on. Secondly, April 4th, 1968, as many of you well know, my mother was here in school when Dr. King was assassinated. So that was a major, major point in my mother's time and tenure here at Del State. But what it did was it forced her to pick up a position and fight. And it made her other classmates take a stance and fight and be of service. So it's not happenstance that so many of the young people that was here with my mother are educators. I can tell you right now, and it's not because my mother taught for 30 years, but it's just the fact of the matter that I know so many of her friends, at least 15 to 20, and I can name off the top of my head, that are educators because of the issues at the time. Because at that time, you couldn't just hop on a nonprofit. There weren't as many nonprofits then as there are now. And if you really want to get involved in the community, you have to become a teacher at that time. And so that's what so many men and women did. I believe that right now, we're at a specific moment in time where you are going to be called upon to get in that fight. As a state, as a country, we're dealing with a variety of different issues. The mass incarceration of people of black, brown, and color, and poor people. America's involvements with wars all around this globe. Decrepit and underperforming schools still. Gun violence in many of our cities. In many of our urban spaces that touch all of us. Or if it's just the fact that we live in the most powerful nation this globe has ever seen, and we have cities to this day that do not have quality water. We have serious issues ahead of us. So while I want you to be happy as you moonwalk, stroll, or do whatever you do across this stage, I want you to also be hungry and understand you have more work to do. It was this time in my life, a couple years ago, about 12 years ago, I'm getting a little older, I was graduating from college. And I was nervous, like many of you are, trying to figure out what's next, don't know what to do. And I remember meeting with my mentor. He was the president of my university, still is. His name is Dr. Freeman Rabowski. Polish last name, quick bio, he's a black male, raised in Birmingham, Alabama. He was one of the children that went into the Civil Rights Movement in the Children's Crusade 1962. Graduated from Hampton, that other school, when he was 19, went on and got his PhD, all that good stuff. He's an overachiever like Dr. Williams is, right? And I'm going in, I'm meeting with him, and I'm telling him, I said, Doc, I don't know what to do. I am nervous. I got 2 degrees, one in information systems, the other in sociology. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm not going to be able to get a job. The economy's bad. And if you go out there and you don't have a job, you're going to live with your parents, you're not going to have a car, and you know what happens if you don't have anything, Doc? He said, what? You don't get a woman, Doc. You don't get a woman. Women don't like broke men, especially when you're in your 20s and 30s. So he said, well, I can give you advice. I could give you advice. I said, well, give it to me. He said, I know where you're going to be. I said, well, tell me. He said, do you really want to know? I said, yes. He said, I could give you the plan. Give it to me, Doc. He said, you know what? If you're really concerned about where you're going to be, look no further than your 6 closest friends. And so I said, whoa. Ron, Shannon, Logan, Peter, I don't know about. And he said, you are the average of those closest to you. You are the average of those closest to you. You must be mindful about the company that you keep now. You are coming out here to get things done. You need people that are going to probe, push, and pull you to greatness, not just success. You need people that are going to inspire you and challenge you to become better. Because I'm going to tell something about you, and it's not just you as the students in 2017. This goes for everybody. You show me your 5 closest friends, I already know who you are. You show me your 5 closest friends, I already know who you are. What does that mean? I can tell how you dress. I can tell what you eat. I can tell what you listen to. I can tell what people you're trying to date. I can tell what people that don't want you to date them. I can tell a variety of different things. I can probably even tell your hairstyle. Just because of the people that are around you. So please be cognizant as you leave here that it is so important to have that close core of people that raise you to greatness. The second thing that he said was you need to read at least 2 hours a day. I said, what? In my head, I was thinking to myself, how many Sports Illustrated, Forbes magazines, Ebony's Essence, and Jets can you read for 2 hours a day? But he said the main thing is you have to make sure you're reading books that sharpen who you are. Your education does not stop now. This is just the beginning. And you need to sharpen your tools all the time if you want to continue to push yourself towards that greatness. You guys understand what I'm saying? I need some feedback. There we go. So, along with that, last thing he said was, you also need to work out at least an hour a day. And he said, especially when you hit 30. I have crossed the 30 threshold. The struggle's real. All right? The struggle is real. You must make sure that you have a healthy mind, body, and spirit. Because if you're going to help others, you must be first whole yourself. Now, those 3 pointers, while they were great, they also helped me out. Because when I ended up graduating, I actually went broke. I started a nonprofit organization for children. Me and my 2 close friends, we put $30,000 up of our own money to help out kids that weren't ours. Went flat broke. But it was a life-changing event. We actually helped 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th graders to work their way through high school and through college. Now, letting you know that those 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th graders are now seniors, juniors, sophomores, freshmen in college. We have 3 here as sophomores, 4 here as juniors. Guys at schools all around this country. From there, I went and worked in nonprofits. And then after that, I decided there's too many inequities and there's too many issues for you to stand on the sidelines, so I decided to jump in the fight. And I decided to run for mayor of Wilmington. Now, I ran for mayor. I didn't win. I lost by, out of 8 candidates, came in second, losing by 234 votes. If there's some people in this auditorium right now that are from Wilmington that didn't vote for me, I'm coming after you. No, I'm joking. But I am no. And while I did not win, I realized that it's nothing wrong with failing. Because sometimes out of failing, you get some of your greatest opportunities moving forward. And that changed my life. So after that campaign, we actually created, we kept the momentum and we created a nonprofit organization that focuses on grassroots advocacy, meeting people where they are. So that someone's just not knocking on your door every 4 years, but every other month, seeing that you have all your needs and your issues are being met. We actually have a policy think tank working on serious issues that impact our community around criminal justice reform and education. We also are training people to run for office. We need more young people. We need more people of color. We need more women getting involved in the political process. Look at what's going on right now. I tell people all the time, I was fortunate. You know, I had great mentors, Dr. Freeman Rabowski. I had Cory Booker. I had people that changed my life. But if there's someone out there, could be certainly in this audience, that have had half the resources I had, they would have done 10 times better. And it's our goal as a community to find them and raise them up. But now, my fight is still continuing, but your fight is really kicking off. This is the beginning of your fight. I remember once being with my organization, we used to take our kids everywhere. We took them to University of Central Florida, Memphis, all these college stores all over the country. And one year we thought of the great idea of getting a 15-passenger van and putting 11 kids in there, 3 coaches, and driving down to Memphis, 18 hours. It was the most stupid decision we ever made in our lives. But in that process of going down there, we toured schools, we went to a bunch of different places, but one in particular place that we went to was the Lorraine Motel, where Dr. King was killed. When you go to the Lorraine Motel, there everything is standstill as if it were April 4th, 1968. And if you're in the parking lot, there's a plaque, right? And on that plaque, it says, It's a quote from the Bible, Genesis 39th chapter, 37th chapter, excuse me, pastors. 19th verse, don't judge me. And in this passage it says, "Behold, here cometh the dreamer, let us slay him and see what becomes of his dream." Behold, here cometh the dreamer, let us slay him and see what becomes of his dream. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here before you today that it is your turn to move that dream forward. You are our family, you are our community, special forces. We are looking for you to go out there and change this world. We need you to go out there and be involved in civic associations. We need you to go out there and mentor a young man or young woman at least an hour a week. You can just call somebody up right before scandal. We need you to go out there and run for office. We need you to support nonprofits and local community endeavors that are doing the right thing. We need you to be successful. Excuse me, not successful, but great. We need you to be exceptional. We need you to win. We need you to understand the fact that if it weren't for others giving their lives for you, you would not be here right now. This is your moment. While you're going, as I said before, while you're going to moonwalk down past this stage or give one of us a high five or whatever you do, understand the fact that there are people that are expecting you to help them make their tomorrow better than today and their today better than yesterday. You have an obligation to fight. You are here to fight. These people paid money for you to come here and give you resources, not so that you can sit on your laurels, rest on your laurels. They gave you this so you can fight. And so you can fight for my younger daughter, my 2-year-old, that's going to be looking to you for answers when she needs a mentor. This is our time now as a community to do that. And I look forward to helping you in this fight, because as Frederick Douglass said, you don't get everything you fight for, but you got to fight for everything you get. Class of 2017, thank you. I love you. Congratulations.
Let's give Mr. Young another round of applause for those outstanding remarks. At this time, we will hear from our choir. Dr. Mallory, Lord Mallory, please give him another round of applause. Thank you. At this time, I will ask to come to the podium the SCA President, Jasmine Jenkins, to bring remarks.
Michelle Obama once said, "You all have opportunities, skills, and education that so many folks who came before you never could have dreamed of. So just imagine the kind of impact that you're going to make. Imagine how you can inspire those around you to reach higher and complete their own education." Good afternoon, Dr. Williams, administration, family, friends, and of course, the best class to ever do it, class of 2017. My name is Jasmine Jenkins, a proud product of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. It was my pleasure to serve as your Student Government Association President for the 2016-2017 academic school year. I stand before you all today to congratulate each and every one of you sitting before me. I can speak for myself, and I'm pretty sure for the majority of you as well. This road was not easy. From turning up at Doc's and Bubba's last night, going to $2 Tuesdays at the Mexican spot, not knowing you had to submit assignments at 11:58 when it was due at 11:59, waiting last minute to do a 20-page research paper, but the Wi-Fi went out the night before and it was due the next day. Begging your professor to round that 69.999 to a 70, and even writing speeches the night before, knowing you had to speak in front of a large crowd. The list goes on. We can all admit that these past couple of years were not the easiest, but with all the hard work and dedication, and most importantly, the man above, we managed to pull through and end up where we are today. Now, as we matriculate to the next steps in our lives, whether it be going to grad school, starting your career in your field, or even continuing your job search, in the end, today, we can proudly say that we've all accomplished something that a lot of people don't have the opportunity to do. So, hold your degrees with pride. Know that this is just the beginning. With whatever you decide to do, continue to make your mark on the world as a proud Hornet. And before I go, I would like to leave you with a quote. Work hard, but work smart. Always, every day. Nothing is handed to you, and nothing is easy. You're not owed anything. No job or task is too small or beneath you. If you want to get ahead, volunteer to do the things no one else wants to do, and do it better. Be a sponge, be open, and learn. Thank you.
Thank you, Jasmine. At this time, I would like to invite to the podium Mr. Kendall Harris, Graduate Student Association President.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Delaware State University, legislators, administrators, distinguished platform guests, faculty, staff, family and friends, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2017. To be very frank, I would like to simply congratulate each and every one of you on a job well done. I know it was not easy for you, for I myself was just in your position a year ago, sitting in that seat, doing my best to listen to everyone's speeches. It's hard though, because although your body is currently going through the motion of graduation, your mind sometimes wanders off. You catch yourself zoning out, going down memory lane, remembering everything that your college experience here entailed at the Delaware State University. Well, I have one particular experience that I would like to share. I'm sure you experienced as well when you first get here and they say, look to your left, look to your right. Statistics say that one of those people will not make it past freshman year, let alone make it to graduation. So that means since day one, you have been challenged. Game on. Little did they know you would crush every single obstacle they threw at you. From racing against that clock to make sure your assignment was turned in at 11:59, to even studying and cramming all night before for a final exam so that you could get that 69.9%. No matter what the case may be, you took that obstacle and you crushed it. Ultimately, your journey here is coming to an end. But moving forward, I'm only asking one thing of you. Remember the work ethic, the perseverance, and the tenacity you had to exhibit to earn your seat here today. For no matter what obstacle life throws at you, these qualities will surely take you to the light at the end of the tunnel. With that being said, I now say look to your left and look to your right. That person next to you has beaten that statistic and has earned their seat amongst the rest of you here today. With that being said, I could not be more proud of each and every individual here today. Thank you and congratulations to the class of 2017.
Thank you, Kendall. Each year at commencement, the Presidential Academic Award is presented. This award is a prestigious honor presented to the undergraduate student earning the highest grade point average in the class this year. The highest grade point average that you can earn here at Delaware State University is a 4.0, perfect A's. And we have someone here today that will come and earn that recognition. Tamisha Ray, would you please come to the podium and receive your recognition? A perfect 4.0, straight A's at Delaware State University. Tamisha is a textile and apparel studies major from Washington, D.C. Perfect score, straight A's from day one. At this time, we'll have a musical selection from our band.
And now for the bachelor's degrees. Mr. President, may I present Dr. Dalrymple Marsh, Dean of the College of Agriculture and Related Sciences, who will in turn present the candidates for a Bachelor of Science degree. Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Science degree please stand and come forward to the stage for public recognition? They are led by the honor students. Honor students have an overall grade point average of 3.25 to a 4.00 on the 4.00 scale. They are identified by gold cords in addition to a cord made of school colors, red and Columbia blue. The highest honor is 3 gold cords. Mr. President, these candidates have completed all requirements as prescribed by the faculty in their respective fields and are hereby recommended for the Bachelor of Science degree.
Glenisha Brown. Lashida Aaliyah Brooks. Tara K. L. Jones. Danielle A. Dawkins. Crystal Martindale. Kiera A. Johnson. Kyle L. Mall. Catherine Imara Amini. Tamisha Ray. Lee David Severson. Sandra T. Suarez. Taisha Bowman. Dennis W. Campbell. Amanique Ashayende Hill. Vincent Lamar Chandler. Brianna Lee Mason. Amina Lindquist. Debbie Lynn Mayo. Sterling Taylor Ross. Delia Rankin. Devontae Oliver. Elizabeth Ann Seaman. Allison Ellen Strauss. Julian Rashad Chatting. Tiffany B. Wood. Brianna Latrice Watkins.
Okay, congratulations to each and all of you. And now the degrees candidates in the College of Business. Mr. President, may I present Ms. Donna Covington, Dean of the College of Business, who will in turn present the candidates for the Bachelor of Science degree. Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Science degree please stand and come forward to the stage for public recognition. They are led by honor students. Honor students have an overall grade point average of 3.25 on the 4.00 scale. Mr. President, these candidates have completed all requirements as prescribed by the faculty in their respective fields and are hereby recommended for the Bachelor of Science degree.
Jasmine Lane Jenkins. Travis John Baker. Sharon Farley. Merjan Gotchevich. Isaac Benjamin Gray. Sumade Ongunyeme. Janessa Hello. Fatima Wa Muhidin. Tyquim Johnson. Autumn Jade Mack. Sharnada Martin. Ernest Anthony Mangoni. Patrick Anthony Phillips. Jonathan William Papetis. Tashana Spratling. Shireen Ashira Winfield. Kiana Shakira Dawson. Sharice Adams. Janae Kelsey Anderson. Shay Augustina Almonte. Jasmine Bailey. Lamont Anderson. William Bland III. Kayla Boyd. Timothy Andrew Bird. Fania Kajust. Morgan Elise Clark. Kyra Curry Stevens. Ryan Collins. Jordan Odine Donovan. Jared Spencer Dollard. Moya Natur Douglas. Justin Earl Rory. Whitney Teresa Douglas. Jamal Phillips. Danielle Davis.
Anissa Duane. Jalen Drennan. Jade Dudley. Sharon Fontaine. Amber Marie Corrine Harmon. Imani Geraldine Gooden. Shiera Hilliard. Justin Kyle Hayes. Dina Ann Isham. Kwamir Knott. LaRon Alex Jones. Jennifer LaForest. Mydron Lightus. Rashard Lyles. Brandy Madden. Michael Hussein. Vaughn McDonald. Reginald Adams Jr., Zaire Roberts, Kevon Darnell Prather, Chelsea Donita Scarborough, Caroline Patterson Schott, Justin Hakeem Slosh, Diaze Raymond Spriggs, Raven Simone Wainwright, Kara Brodus, William Gregory Small II, Jonathan Williams, Keon Williams, Tobias Slaughter, Mike Values, Shavian Wright, Trevin Williams, Bebe Chin, Tyreek Joyner, Anthony Walker Jr.,
Will all the graduates please stand? By the authority vested in me by the state of Delaware and the Board of Trustees of Delaware State University, I confer upon you the Bachelor's of Science degree in your respective fields with the rights and privileges thereto as pertaining. Will the graduates please, it is time for the traditional shift of the tassel. At this time, please grasp your tassel and move it from the right to the left. Congratulations, you are officially graduates of Delaware State University. You may be seated, graduates, at that time. Please, we're almost at the end. Please welcome to the podium Ms. Sheila Davis, President of the Delaware State University Alumni Association. Ms. Davis.
Class of 2017, will you please rise? And raise your right hand and repeat after me. I solemnly promise from this day forward to be supportive, proactive, and positive I will always lift the name and support the mission of my alma mater. I will forever point others towards this place where they too may successfully prepare to make their mark on the world. Fellow alumni, you have your degrees in your hands. You will forever have Delaware State University in your heart. Remember, you must honor the past to ensure the future of this great university. On behalf of the Alumni Association, as our gift to you, 1 year complimentary membership in the Alumni Association. May peace and blessings be with you always. Congratulations, class of 2017.
Graduates, you may be seated. In conclusion, I would like to acknowledge the Commencement Committee. Will members of the Commencement Committee please rise to be recognized and say thank you? I want to say thank you for your service today. Please give the Commencement Committee a round of applause, please. At this time, I ask that you stand for the alma mater, and at the end of the alma mater, Reverend Davis will give the benediction. Please stand.
Let us receive the benediction. May you have the commitment to go into this world, being led by the great spirit of hope and imagination, to see the gifts and accomplishments that Almighty God, the Creator, calls out of you. May you have the courage to live your impossible dreams so that you will become what God has called you to be. As you go forth, put into practice the accumulated knowledge you have received. As you go forth with your feet firmly planted, knowing that there is a bright side somewhere, and don't you rest until you find it. Go forth knowing that God will protect you and keep you and bless you. And now unto him that is able to keep you and I from falling, present us before his throne of grace with exceeding joy, to an all-wise God with power, dominion, henceforth and evermore. And the people of God said, amen.
Congratulations, everyone. We would like to ask if you could leave the gymnasium as soon as possible because we have another commencement coming in. Congratulations.